We're going to go into the next segment now, Alex.
Okay.
This is segment 2. I'm calling this segment commons that Alex purchased from Exodus recently.
I bought a stack of commons and uncommons online that were from like one vendor that were all really cheap, and they were pretty much all from Stronghold and Exodus, and I mentioned some of those Stronghold ones. There's a few Exodus ones.
We're starting bad.
This card kind of sucks. It's called Cunning.
This is how you hook the viewers. You start terribly.
Terribly. They have to wait to get to the good ones at the end.
Yeah.
So this is 1 blue, 1 colorless enchantment. The creature gets +3/+3, and if it attacks or blocks, you sacrifice the enchantment Cunning at the end of turn.
Very weird.
So not too great. It's rated like 2.1 on Gatherer. I was like, maybe I could do something with this with the graveyard interaction. Something like an enchantment deck where I'm benefiting from enchantments going to the graveyard. And then after I ordered it, I was like, that was stupid. It's not going to be very good at all. But in the comments on Gatherer, someone reassured me with 2 suggestions that I thought were sort of interesting. And this one applies to the card Tracker. They said this could be good on creatures that don't attack or block, but do like the combat fighting thing like Tracker does. Mm-hmm. You'll make him bigger. He's 5/5 now. And when you tap him, he does 5 damage to stuff.
I got another one for you, Alex.
What's that?
Never going to do this, but just if you're looking for things that you could maybe do with this card that's not very good. Reprisal, Alex.
Oh, Reprisal.
You play the Cunning on your opponent's creature to give it +3/+3, and then you reprisal it because Reprisal only destroys target creature with power 4 or greater. So if you want to get rid of their 1/1, if you want to get rid of their 2/2, if you want to get rid of their 3/3, all you got is a Reprisal and a Cunning in your hand. You're good.
Only takes 4 mana and 2 cards.
You're good to go.
On your way.
We're rocking and rolling, baby.
The other thing they mentioned, though, was Iridescent Drake. He's 1 blue, 3 colorless, a 2/2 flying Drake. And when he or she comes into play, return target enchant creature card from a graveyard to play enchanting Iridescent Drake.
So it'll be 5/5 for 1 turn until you attack or block with it.
Yeah, but whenever you've used your Cunning, then you cast another Iridescent Drake, the Cunning comes back. If you used a Cunning on something other than the Iridescent Drake earlier, whenever you cast your Iridescent Drake, the Cunning comes back onto it.
Yeah, but just for 1 turn, right?
Right, yeah.
Okay.
You can keep recycling those Cunnings out of your graveyard with Iridescent Drakes.
Next card.
The next card, Aethertide. AETHER.
What do you think I am, Alex? You think you're talking to an idiot? You think I don't know how to spell Aether?
Sorry.
Just because I asked you how to pronounce Aleator earlier doesn't mean I'm totally incompetent. Aleatory. Okay. Aether what?
Aethertide.
Exodus again. Uncommon. Blue, 1 blue and X. Choose and discard X creature cards. Return X creature card to their owner's hand. Okay, so it's a limited recall. It's a creature specific recall.
Yeah,
but just X instead of 2X. That's not bad.
Yeah, you can bounce several things. In a creature in a deck where you want to stock your graveyard with creatures, black blue, obviously, nice way to do that. So I ordered this 20 cents, and they came. Then I looked online because I didn't look this card up before I bought it. I was just like, oh, that looks so neat. I'll buy it for 20 cents. And then I looked up. I read the comments under this card, and someone mentions Turbulent Dreams.
Oh, does it have a strictly better?
Strictly better.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Better art too.
Better art. 2 blue.
Shout out to Wayne England. Okay.
It's 2 blue. Sorcery. As an additional cost to play Turbulent Dreams, discard X cards from your hand, return X target non-land permanents to their owner's hands. So it doesn't have to be creature cards from your hand, and it doesn't have to be creature cards that you bounce back. It can be other permanents. And then it's only 2 blue instead of blue X. So
it's pretty sick.
A lot better. And it's cheap too.
67 cents.
I mean, it's 3 times the price of Aethertide, but
yeah. Nobody plays it as an additional cost. So I pay 2 blue, and I discard X cards from my hand. Return X target non-land permanents to their owner's hand. Interesting.
Yeah. So I'd have fun. I could play with this. Now, this is a rare. This one's a rare as opposed to, I think that was a common.
I like this card.
Good. I'm glad you like it.
Turbulent Dreams.
Turbulent Dreams, yeah. But Aethertide only because it led me to Turbulent Dreams. Spike Cannibal is an uncommon. This one was a few cents more, I think. It was not as cheap as the others. And we talked about this during our Spike segment.
I love cannibals.
Black,
okay.
1.
I remember this.
Yeah. When it comes into play, it comes into play with 1+1/+1 counter on it. And when it comes into play, move all +1/+1 counters from all creatures onto Spike Cannibal. So in a multiplayer game with, however many things are going on that have +1/+1 counters on them, you just like steal them from everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's cool. And I kind of think it's a decent spec maybe for cards that might be popular in the future that involve counters.
If you had $500,000 to invest right now, invest in Spike Cannibal. Spike Cannibal buyout.
All right, next card. Keeper of the Dead. This is also an uncommon. Keeper of the Dead is a wizard, black, 1/2. Pay a black and tap, destroy target non-black creature. Play this ability only if their controller has at least 2 fewer creature cards in their graveyard than you have in yours. So obviously a niche card if you're playing, a heavy creature or some type of graveyard deck, but lots of black graveyard decks, talk about it all the time. And now you have a card that can just destroy any non-black creature.
Mm-hmm. That is sick art too.
Art's cool. Yeah.
In the illustrator just has one name. I love it.
Yeah. Another card. This one I thought of you because we were talking about shadow creatures. Douthy Jackal. Douthy? What do we say?
I say Douthy, but I've never heard other people pronounce
Douthy Marauder. Douthy. That's what I said. Douthy Jackal.
2 colors, 1 black. 2/1 shadow. 2 black, sacrifice Douthy Jackal. Destroy target blocking creature.
So what I think is cool about this is, it's decently costed already. For 3, it's a 2/1 shadow creature, unblockable. It wouldn't be the best, but its ability, it doesn't say that it has to be, it doesn't say what has to be blocking it. So you can just have this sitting here doing anything or doing nothing and use it to destroy a blocking creature, whether that be in a multiplayer game, 2 other people attacking each other.
It would be very interesting, in a multiplayer game. I often don't think about multiplayer, but it would be cool in a multiplayer game. In a single player game, especially if I'm playing Shadow deck, I'm not going to be dealing with people blocking my shit. Anyways,
Well,
so
if all your stuff is shadow, but you might have some shadow and some non-shadow stuff.
Can't do it.
Can't do it.
I like the idea of this card in a multiplayer game, mostly.
Yeah. Pretty fun. Art's kind of neat.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I thought was very interesting about this card is it is a summon hound, and then the flavor quote says, "All Douthy are jackals, regardless of breed." So I said to myself, I wonder what its creature status is now. It is now a creature Douthy Jackal. It is no longer a hound.
Dog, previously hound, is a creature type used for cards that depict carnivorous domestic canids closely related to the gray wolf, as well as sapient dog folk. Their appearance is bred in many varieties. For gaming reasons, wolves, jackals, and foxes are kept separate. Okay, dogs appear in all colors.
Okay.
We will get into this later on our 10-part episode, 10-part series on the great creature type update. I didn't know, but now I know.
Those were my cards from Exodus. Also, Robe of Mirrors. I don't know if that's worth talking about at all. It's 1 blue. Enchanted creature cannot be the target of spells or abilities.
You love cards like that.
Which is pretty good. There's several different options, though. We've mentioned Alexi's Cloak before, which you can play as an instant. And it has...
This is hilarious. I was going to say, he looks so emo. I was like, I was going to go, don't look at me, but then look at the flavor text. Does this make me look fat?
It's so weird. Someone commented on that card that the next edition art was a bigger improvement.
if Boy George was a Magic the Gathering
It
card.
does have a like an 80s pop vibe to it.